Good day, YouTube. It is the 6th of April, 2021. And this is my shop truck. I built this winter on YouTube, many videos on this truck. I had it into a local shop, getting the rear end all gone through, carrier bearings that needed an axle replaced. We had to have it custom built. Axle bearings, all the brakes, everything. Rear end ring and pinion are set up. It is like new now and good to go for the long haul. Took about 3 weeks to get it back, and I can finally drive it now. So today is a Tuesday. Friday and Saturday I was able to put quite a few miles on it, and all in all I'm real happy with the truck. But I have a serious off idle stumble in the engine, and it's not like it just stumbles once, it just runs poorly when you're barely in the throttle. And been educating myself, putting questions on Facebook group pages, etc. And my determination is that the carburetor needs adjusted. I bought a new 1405 Edelbrock 600 CFM 4-barrel carburetor. And I have always gone to an Edelbrock carburetor, put it on, adjusted the idle, slammed the hood, and done. This is out of many Edelbrocks. This is the first one that didn't run good enough for me right out of the box. Did the other ones run perfect? To me they did. They probably weren't, but I didn't have any drivability issues. And this one has a serious drivability issue. In fact, my wife won't ride in it anymore until I get it fixed. So I've ordered a tune kit. It showed up yesterday. I ordered it Saturday. I got it on Monday. And we're going to tune on it. So let's get started. So this is the tuning kit that I got. This is from Walker Products. A couple reasons I bought this. They say it's made exactly the same place as the one that is made for Edelbrock. This is about $50-55 bucks. The Edelbrock one was like $75-80 bucks. This one was also almost local. I could have drove like 35 miles and probably picked it up, but anyway, I got it quickly is what I'm after. So here's what I think is going on. The Edelbrock carburetor uses metering rods that drop down into the jets. If I can get one out of here without dropping it. Under vacuum. So you start the engine up, and vacuum will suck a piston down that this is attached to and plug a lot of that jet hole. When the vacuum subsides a little bit, i.e. you open the throttle plates, these springs, which there's an assortment of them, you can see them here on the top, will push this up. What I believe I have is, and there's maybe a couple reasons why, is I have quite a bit of vacuum that's keeping these in the jet and not allowing them to come up. Because if I open the throttle just a little more, my problems go away. And this thing runs fantastic. I'm very happy with how it runs above this cruise mode, I'll call it. But boy, above an idle, it's bad. It just doesn't ever stop. It doesn't change. It doesn't change when it's cold or hot. I've varied the timing completely. I went from manifold vacuum to switched vacuum and back again, or ported vacuum, whatever you want to call it. And no change to this stumble. So I really believe this is my issue, is that this metering rod is not coming out of the jet like it ought to, like it needs to apply fuel during that throttle position. So today's the day, because I got the kit, that we're going to pull the top off the carburetor. We're going to remove the metering rods. We're going to access the springs, and we're going to change the springs that's in it to the stiffest spring that's in this kit, which I believe is this silver spring. And then take it for a drive and see if it went away. I'd take you for a ride now, but because we don't have feel-o-vision, I don't think you're going to get the sense of what this thing's doing. Nor I don't know that you could really hear it. unless you were in the truck. If you want to come over, and we'll take you for a ride. But when we're done, we'll go for a little ride, and I'll tell you if it's fixed it or not. I believe it has. Once we get to that point, and I've had 100 comments of people just chasing problems, and bless their hearts, but they're suggesting things that would make the thing run bad at different RPMs and different throttle positions, like ignition and timing and all that stuff, which I have played with while I was waiting for my kit to arrive. But bottom line is, it doesn't matter. Anything except throttle position is where this thing runs bad. And just that little bit of throttle, it runs horribly. You open throttle up farther, completely goes away. This thing comes to life and goes like crazy. At an idle, it's fine. Starts and runs cold, on choke, everything does good. All right, we're just fighting this issue. So let's pull the air cleaner off and let's get to changing this thing. I've been anxious to get after this thing and make my problem go away. Again, without driving it, there's no way to know if we've got this fixed or not, because it doesn't do it sitting here. Alright, I probably should have grabbed a needle nose to get the springs out. And maybe like a 1/4-inch nut driver. Let me see what we can find here. Alright, got a couple tools. You don't have to take these all the way out, just enough to where that cap will hinge off to the side. It'll pop right out for you. Piston and the rod. Now we're going in after the spring with my baby needle nose. And there's the spring that was in it. Hello, there we go. Put that in here. And put this stiff one in. If I can get it detached from the other spring, that is. There we go. Spring is in. We'll put the piston and metering rod back where we found it. That's what that assembly looks like. Remember, the vacuum pulls that down when it starts. The spring will push it up against vacuum. When the vacuum is reduced, when your throttle plates open up. Pull the other one out. We're doing this in real time. You know, obviously it doesn't take very long. And we could have this thing running correctly. Well, we could have it running acceptably in no time. And then the fun really can begin. We can start tuning on this thing and actually really make it good. I mean, really make it run good, get the performance up and the fuel economy up. So a lot of people, when I told them my problem and my setup, they're like, you know, junk that Edelbrock carburetor and put a real carburetor on it. Well, after what I've learned this last few days, yeah, I've got Hollies on some of my rigs too. But these have always run good for me, but look how tunable this is. This isn't rocket science if you learn it a little bit. I've been too lazy to learn it, but I've never needed to. These things just work good enough to not have to fool with them. So in 5 minutes here, you can look at the minutes on the video. And no, this didn't take very long. And we have changed the spring. We're going to put the air cleaner back on, go take it for a drive and see if we fixed it or not. I'll know before I hit the main road out here. So a couple reasons why I might have this vacuum issue that maybe normally it wouldn't have is I did not put a PCV system on this vehicle. So, because I think they rob vacuum and make them run bad. And I do not have a power brake booster. Two things that you can use vacuum. I don't have either one. So possibly this thing makes a little extra vacuum, and that's why I have that runability issue. Okay, I'm gonna put the tools away. Let's take her for a drive. All right, big shit. This thing's been sitting 2 days, so cold start. It's kind of warm out though. Just for a minute, get her out on the street. Well, we are on the road, and I'm actually disappointed to tell you it hasn't fixed it. I don't know if you can hear it, but you know, it's bucking, missing, stumbling. Still not warmed up yet, but I don't expect that to change anything. It hasn't yet. I really thought this was the fix. I'm still on choke a little as well. We'll kill the choke after this light. It doesn't affect it at an idle. It doesn't affect it when you're in the gas a little bit. It's just that off idle, a little bit of throttle opening, and then it's not good. But again, it's still cold, still in choke. We're not giving up that this hasn't fixed it yet. It just hasn't felt great yet. Choke is off. Yeah, it's still bucking and snorting. Dang it. Again, all I gotta do is put in a little throttle, like just to climb this hill, and it's perfect. Get out of the hood came up a little. Alright, I'll turn you back on in a minute. Alright, I pulled over to slam the hood again. Jump into the strongest jet, or excuse me, strongest spring, I'd at least see change. It'd at least get better, but it's still the same. I've had people say it's fuel issue. Well, how could it be? Anything's possible. I got that. I got an open mind. But if you hammer this thing in, it goes. Second gear. I don't think that's fuel delivery issue, you know? Where it wouldn't accelerate like that. Even at 50 miles an hour, with the throttle plate's barely open, it still stumbles. Between all the squeaks and rattles and the bolt windows down, it's probably difficult to hear anything, but right now it's just stumbling. Constant. Exactly the same every time, cold or hot. Very interesting. But no stumble when I hit the gas. As soon as you open the throttle plate, she comes alive. No coughing, no sputtering. It's strong. It's real strong. So, it's back to the drawing board, I guess. I'm going to post this video, have some people listen to the symptoms, and we're going to start this process of elimination over again. And with the help of the community, maybe we'll figure this out. I'll do some more digging when we get back to the shop. Probably add it to this video, so where the timing is, which vacuum port I'm using. I think I'm on ported vacuum at the moment. I've been all over. We can change it. I might have a ton of timing in this thing right now because I was just bumping it up on Saturday for giggles, just to see. So let me get back to the shop and we'll keep digging on this thing. We will get it. Alright, I got the timing light connected. So last Saturday, a few days ago, I played with the timing without a timing light. I started off at around 10 degrees static on ported vacuum, and then I bumped it up probably 3 times, maybe 3 degrees each time. So I could be easily in the 18 to 20 degrees advance at idle right now, but I don't know that. So I'm going to check it and see where I'm at. I've got a wrench if I want to change it. We can change from ported vacuum to manifold vacuum, because there's a lot of people that ask that question and think that's an issue. So I've changed it twice, but it never made any difference on the stumble, okay? And this correction we're trying to make is not about performance. It's about getting rid of the stumble. So don't read into this that we're trying to fine-tune this. That comes after we fix the stumble, okay? The stumble exists. You just went for a ride with me from as soon as you crack the throttle plates open until you open the throttle plates more. Everything in that first little bit above an idle is stumbling constantly, and we got to get rid of that. It's a drivability issue. Everything else is a performance issue, which we'll deal with it, but we'll separate it and we'll do it later. Okay, so this is all we're trying to fix. So start it up, see where the timing is right now. Okay, we're right where I thought I was, 19 degrees where we're at. Okay. Now let's switch it from ported vacuum to manifold vacuum. Well, that's crazy. It says I'm at 44. So let's set it with manifold vacuum. Let's shoot for like 16. drive it again. All right, we're back on the road. Improvement. Wow, it is better. We got it. I don't know really what the issue is. I've been screwing with the timing so much recently, trying to get rid of the stumble. I don't know if the springs fixed the stumble and the timing recreated it, or if combination of the two, or just where this is at, to tell you the truth. It doesn't actually feel like it idles real good at the moment, but it might be just idling low because I backed the timing way off. Kind of gluggy. But I didn't adjust the idle at all, so it's smooth now. Real smooth. I'm happy to get that resolved. We'll see how the performance is here. Okay, but it does not have the get up that it did have, so I think we still need to have more timing. So it's time to go do a little more adjusting, but now we're down to the fine tuning, so that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. Guy by. Okay, took it out of gear. So folks, I think we're gonna end this video right here. We did solve the stumble problem. That's a good thing. We're gonna keep fine-tuning though, and I'll bring you back and to show you significant improvements in what we did to get there. But the goal for today was to get rid of the stumble. I'm very happy we did that. However, we got there. We're back timing way off, and now it's kind of doggy. So the answer is somewhere in between. We moved from ported vacuum to manifold vacuum. Some people recommended that. I'm not sure if that was the right move or not, but we'll fiddle with it until we know. Gang, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up on the way out the door. We'll catch you on the next video.